right, that's my strawberry blonde. So tonight, what I'm going to do, tonight's Tuesday night, tomorrow's Homebrew Wednesday. Ow! I'll take this beer, and I'm going to take and do a side-by-side comparison with another beer. And what beer is that? It's the Wrecked Brewing collab beer that I did with Matt. So we're going to look at these, and let's sit down and we'll go do that. And look at that, I'm cold crashing. And here we go. All right, so here we go. It's Matt's caps. Matt's label. This is Strawberry Blonde. So last Tuesday was my birthday. Officially 44 years old as of last Tuesday. So Matt and I traded some beer mails. We both got ours on Wednesday. He got my version of this beer, and obviously this is his version, right? So it's the same grist, and that's pretty much it. The hops are totally different between both beers, and the yeast is different between both beers. Matt used just a straight, I think he used a French Saison yeast. I can't remember. It may be a Belgian Saison yeast. I think it's a Belgian Saison yeast. I used the Belgian Saison 2 yeast. I think his is White Labs. Mine's White Labs. He used well, let's see here. Maybe I can't remember the vendor. I used White Labs. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this cracked and we'll compare the two. Nice little hiss. Carbonation is streaming up through the bottom. Kids yelling in the background. Nicely carbonated. So I'll set that over on this side. So his is a lot clearer than mine, but the color, if it wasn't for the haze, it's pretty much dead on. I would say the head is mine's been poured for a little bit, so his has a little bit more carbonation streaming. Then again, this is the one that I have my glass. My glass here is dirty, and I haven't had a whole lot of pours out of my keg, so I probably should have poured a couple pints out of that before I just went in. But anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll get a comparison. Right now, Matt is winning. Still strawberry in the background, but that Saison yeast is really coming through. His is more strawberry on the nose. The Saison yeast is in the background. It's very faint. Yeah, ours are totally opposite. Strawberries in the background of mine. Yeast is right up front in your face. We use the same amount of strawberries for the same amount of days. His is all strawberry. The yeast is right there in the background, but it's not dominant like mine. So let's get a taste. This is dry. Strawberry's kind of subdued in the taste. They taste a lot alike. They taste a whole lot alike. Mine, the strawberries on the front of the tongue, but it just dries out so much. But surprising, because our hops are really different. I went with more citrusy flavored hops. I think Matt went with more of a classic kind of hop profile. But this is very good. Mine has a little tang, a little something in the background as it kind of fades off into dryness that Matt's doesn't. Matt's tastes a little bit cleaner than mine. But really, the flavor of these two are almost spot on. They're almost identical. Matt's is just a little cleaner than mine. Maybe that might have something to do with the fact that I haven't had one of these, haven't pulled a pint of these in probably a few weeks. So, but yeah, both very dry. I think Matt and I have chatted, and I think if we ever decide to brew this again, I would probably definitely raise my mash temperature. Because, everybody that brews a Saison knows that Saison yeast it'll really dry it out. And once we both added the strawberries into it, it went even lower than what it was prior to that. So, all right, guys, that's I'm gonna let that go. Matt did an awesome job. I think his beer turned out just a little bit better than mine. But it's not a contest. So what else I got? So I got my IPL. It's just hanging out. I'm gonna keg that probably. I may keg that either tomorrow or Thursday because I'm gonna brew Sunday. I'm gonna get up early and brew Sunday, and that'll be my yeast experiment beer. So I've got 22 gallons of RO water down here. I'm gonna make a starter like right after I'm done with this. The WLP 644. I'm gonna get a starter going, spin that up with my proper starter can in a bottle of water. Get everything sanitized and spin it up. And one thing I've done. See, I dry hopped Saturday, then shut it up, took the boil tube off of it, sealed it up airtight, and cold crashed it. So it's been sitting on dry hops now for a few days. So I lost my total train of thought. One thing I've done since then, I've bought myself a total dissolved solid meter. So it's TDS meter, right? TDS. So just for S's and G's, this is you can get these pretty achievable on the old internets. I think this was $15. So what I've done just to see where I'm at, I've got a whole house filter. Everything runs through a whole house filter, and then that's what I brew with. I adjust my salts, everything from that point. So now I've got this just to see where I'm doing. And right now mine's it's sitting at 291. So it's under 300. I think it's 291. It's either 291 or 191. But it's it's marginally acceptable as far as average tap water hardness, right? So it's not bad. But that leads me. Am I gonna go? I'm pretty. Depending on where all this goes, I may go ahead and just venture into the world of RO waters. So what I'm going to do, Gary's already laid out the salts. Everything's by grams per 5 gallons of water. So I'm going to do that. So this is exciting for me. I'm pretty excited about this. I got so much stuff going on. I just don't know what I want to say because I don't want to say I'm definitely going to RO water system. But I've kind of gone down that path where I may just go ahead and make myself an RO water system. But with this thing, I've got to have the coil covered on the HLT, which is about 13 gallons, and that's to cover everything. It's a 15-gallon pot. With the coil in it and all that stuff, that takes up room. I can really only get about 14 gallons of water, a little over 14 gallons of water in it. So then you add that, depending on the size of the beer I make, strike water. So you're looking at 5 or 6 gallons. So I'm still looking at roughly, I'm pretty close to 20 gallons just for a brew day, just for an average beer brew day. So I don't know if you guys watched Short Circuited Brewers, Brian's video. Intrigued me. I've been waiting a while for that one. So Brian's, I think I might go down the same route as he's gone with a 30-gallon barrel and just a nice diaphragm pump. And mine, I still use my water meter. I'll show you guys my water meter, right? That water meter, right? And you can't see it. You can see the valve, right? Let's see here. Where's my finger at? Where's my finger? I can't. Yeah, my finger's not going to be in the shot. But anyway, just to the left of the pot, you see the two little black things. That's the solenoid in the meter itself. So I can still plumb into that. Right behind my head, to the left of my ear, like right back there, is the valve that comes off the wall and down. Well, you see the water feeds in up here, and it comes down, then it exits there. But there's a valve right here. I can tee off into that and come over, and I've got a water supply right there, and it's cold water, so I could tap into that. I could use that to feed the RO system, and actually take a pump and feed it into the feed it into that line, so I can still use the meter. And that's kind of been my concern. I spent some time and some energy making the box and all that stuff. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna stop talking because I don't even know if it's gonna happen. I'm just running through scenarios in my head. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna brew Sunday. That's gonna be the hop experiment beer. Not hop experiment, the yeast experiment beer. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. All right, guys, I gotta get that beer out of the fermenter because I got another one to put in there. I got an ale to put in there. I got a lager in there now. So anyway, guys, all right, cheers.